Hey guys, welcome back to Daniel's Tech World here on YouTube. This is Daniel Rosehill. This is my YouTube channel focused on all manner of geekery and tech stuff. And today I want to do a little video about how to use the Tuya Smart app and just a couple of ideas if you're using it for smart home and home automation, but you also keep the Shabbat. If you are clicked into this video, you probably know what the Shabbat is. I would say one thing about Tuya Smart, it wouldn't be my first choice of system for smart home and home automation. My wife and I rent, and this happened to be already, the landlord had put in a bunch of Tuya stuff. So we kind of rolled with that a little and added a few of our own. I built out the network a bit by adding my own Zigbee repeaters. I added a temperature, I added a few infrared gateways to control the air conditioners, and all these switches came pre-installed. And I'm in the process of building it out a bit. I have a couch light, I have a smart gateway, that's the Zigbee gateway, and it's a work in progress. Now for Shabbat, I would say that I've been playing around with scenes. I just deleted them so I could create them again in this video. And this is what I found that works so far. It's not the best. The ideal thing would be if there was some way to integrate this app with Zmanim, or at least with sunset, sundown, some kind of an API. There isn't that, so here's what you can do. So what I would do is, if I'm going to go into the scene button and create a automation here. And what you can do, two things. You can do tap to run. And the idea here would be, I'm going to call this something like Shabbat on. And that would be that before Shabbat, you get it into Shabbat mode. So let's say you want to turn on the lights, you want to turn on the ACs, you just want to hit a button and everything is set up for Shabbat. That would be fine, but the ideal thing here is that you'd want to turn off stuff when you want to go to bed. So let's say around midnight. And I think that for, Shabbat observing people, traditionally people use these, the kind of manual things that you have to punch slots into. You know what I'm talking about. I think this is just so much more of an eloquent system. So you can match it up, mix and match. You could have the Shabbat on automation start on a schedule, and then have the Shabbat off on a schedule. Or you could do tap to run to get your smart home set up for Shabbat, and then have the schedule kick in to kind of turn some stuff off when you're sleeping, and then turn it on again when you're awake. So it's a little bit, clumsy. So I'm just going to use the scheduling method for today to keep it as simple as possible. And the way you want to do this is you have a repeat button here at the top, and I would do Friday, right? Shabbat's on a Friday. And of course, if there's a hag coming up, you could duplicate the automations and set them up. There isn't an option for repeating automations on a specific date. But for Shabbat, I'm going to say, okay, every Friday, this is going to be my Shabbat on automation. Now, again, the execution time has to be fixed, but what you can do is edit this. So I'm just going to look up quickly on my computer here while I'm using my phone, Jerusalem Zmanim. And sunset's about 6 o'clock at the moment. So I'm just going to say 5 o'clock to be safe. So I'm going to go into 1700 hours to have this kick in just before Shabbat starts. So on a Friday at 1700 hours, then do all this stuff. And this is where you can, as I say, configure your home for Shabbat. And you can even select smart scenes. For example, I already have these automations. So let's say office lights and AC on. Well, I don't use my home office on Shabbat, but I can do lights on, and that'll turn all the lights on. So you can save time in configuring stuff by using your existing tap to run animations. So that's one option. Or you can do single device control. So single device control is going to be a bit tedious because you're going to have to do it one by one. But let's just say, to be granular, to use that word, I want to do that. So Shabbat is starting. So I want to have the bedroom lights on. So I'm going to turn on the bedroom lights. like that. Okay. And I'm going to turn on the living room lights for sure. Okay, we have a bunch of lighting here. And actually, I don't want all of it on. That'll be a bit overwhelming. So I'm just going to turn on the main living room light. So now we've done the bedroom, we've done the living room. And I'm going to do the bathroom for sure. I'm just going to do you can see all my, all the intimate details of my home right now. So we've done the bathroom, bedroom, living room. We keep the other one on, and then we can do the air conditioners. So again, it would save a bit of time to have an automation like turn on the air conditioners. Shabbat's starting, so I'm going to want to make sure the TV's off. And the nice thing about these automations is that they can run even if the TV's already off. This is just going to make sure that it's off, basically. So not that we watch TV that much, but just to have that in there that, the TV will go off. So far we've done the TV is off, the lights are on, and finally we're just going to, you can see all the other stuff I have here. May as well turn the couch light on if someone wants to read it. So let's make sure that goes into on off. That's going to go into the on mode. And finally, let's make sure the air conditioners come on as well. And again, you might want to change this depending on the year. So when the winter comes on, you might want to put on the air conditioner into heat mode. And in the summer, make them cold. So the office AC, I can actually say that Davka, to use the jargon, don't want to use my office. So I'm going to actually turn off my home office AC. But I'm going to turn on the living room AC because that's where we're likely to be on Shabbat, and then the bedroom as well. So I'm going to say 23 degrees, low speed, and I'm going to put that into auto mode, auto temperature mode, and 23. Okay, so now we've got the office AC off, living room AC on, and finally we're going to be doing the bedroom air conditioner. This one, for some reason, I have trouble labeling. So again, 23, and just go into auto mode. I did 17. I'll fix it later. Okay, so that's just say our kind of starting automation. And again, if you bundle these things into scenes, it'd be a bit quicker. And I'm going to click on save. So I'm going to call this one start of Shabbat. Okay. Yes, I'm going to start using it. So now we have start of Shabbat as an automation. It's 8 tasks, and that's going to fire away at 6 o'clock. Now, what you could do is, the Shabbat comes in at, let's say, after the clock, so back it's going to be 5 o'clock. So all you have to do is edit your automation. So you don't need to change all this stuff. You can just say, okay, the hour's gone back, so let's kick this guy in at 4 and save. And if you want to disable it, you just move it like this. So now it's off, and now it's on. And I'm just going to move it forward again to 1700 hours because the clock goes back on, I think it's this coming Sunday. So that's all our stuff on. And then let's just say again on Shabbat evening, we're going to want to turn some stuff off. So I'm going to do not a tap to run because I won't be using my phone on Shabbat. So I'm going to put it on schedule, and it's going to be 23:59 every Friday. So just 1 minute before midnight, this automation is going to kick in, and you might want to do stuff like, again, it's quicker if you do select smart scenes, one of the tap to run animations. So actually, I wouldn't want to do all the ACs off because the bedroom one should keep going. But let's say it's midnight, and you can say, okay, well, I'm not going to be, the living room will be empty. I'm just in bed reading or preparing for bed. So what I'm going to do now is turn off, so we don't have to waste all the electricity for no reason. I'm going to turn off the lights in the room, single device, and living room. And we'll just turn it off at the switch level. So we're going to turn it off here. And I'm just going to call this one Shabbat off. I'm not going to go through the rest of all this because it's kind of self-explanatory. This is the way I found to do it. I start some stuff, I turn off some stuff, and then I finally turn some stuff back on midday on Saturday, and then that will get you through Shabbat. And if there's a hag coming up, you could simply play back these animations, edit the time of these automations, I should say, to have them come in at the time of the hag. Hope that's been useful. I do think that if you have a Tuya Smart Home or any kind of smart home system and you keep Shabbat, it's a great use case, and you don't need to use those clunky timers if you have stuff like smart plugs, and if you have, even smart, you can do everything with this. Thanks for watching, guys. More videos coming soon.